Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to chat about the weather health risk for December 2nd, 2025. We do keep additional graphics available at TPATW. And if you're an Amazon shopper, we do have our shop for patient weather on Amazon, and you can support patient weather by making your Amazon purchases through our patient weather shop. Looking at the surface map, which is always the first thing to look at with any weather briefing, and we have massive area of high pressure up through the heart of the country. We have that deep low pressure center trying to move away from Massachusetts. The front itself hangs over the Atlantic, but cuts back to the west across Florida. The west seems to be just one big massive area of unorganized low pressure with massive swaths of snow all the way up and down the Rockies into the northern plains. And we do have that little bit of snow still lingering here in the upper portions of New England. Looking at our vitality index, which is a composite of all of the weather elements that can have some impact on human health, you'll see we have something going on here in the Four Corners, a little bit more significant going on here in the southern plains, and becoming really significant in the northern plains, especially about the Dakotas. We have a little bit of unsettled activity happening down here in Louisiana and Mississippi, and then a major area of unsettled activity here up the Carolina coast all the way through Pennsylvania, New York, New England, and the Canadian cities along the border. Pressure is always of interest to those with weather health issues, and we have very little rising pressure here in the northwestern coast of Montana, and a little bit of rising pressure here in Louisiana. But the story is really falling pressure. Mildly falling pressure from Utah and Nevada, more significantly falling pressure here in the Texas Panhandle, up the plains to Mississippi, Wisconsin, and then swinging back down across New England, very significantly through New England, all the way down to the Carolina coast, but it does reach as far south as Georgia. Looking at temperatures, and temperature, especially at this time of the year, can be significant for many individuals. And while we have falling temperatures across most of the east, you can see we're reinforcing that cold air here from Illinois, Indiana, and all the way down through Louisiana and Mississippi. But we have rising temperatures, and rising temperatures can be a sign of some more weather and health problems, especially in the plains. Looking at dew point, and of course we can't ignore dew point. Again, we're showing falling dew point temperatures, especially along Louisiana coast, but rising dew point temperatures up here in the northeast and up in the northern plains across the northern Rockies. Vapor pressure is just confirming what we've already talked about. Looking at POI, which is a composite measurement of the oxygen availability in the atmosphere, you can see that we have the one large area of migraine risk from spottily across eastern Texas becoming far more significant as a migraine risk across Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even into western portions of Georgia, then up across Tennessee, Kentucky, becoming significant again here in Illinois, Indiana, and stretching up into the southernmost portions of Wisconsin. But the large area of weather health risk is asthma and arthritis. And while we do have some sort of activity and risk here in the Four Corners, the asthma arthritis risk becomes significant or more intense here across the Texas Panhandle, across the Oklahoma Panhandle, into Kansas, Nebraska, and really becoming significant up here in the Dakotas. Does stretch eastward in through Minnesota and up into Canada. However, we then have another area of asthma and arthritis up and down the coast with a minor touch of it here in Florida, picking up significantly in South Carolina, up through North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, all the way through Pennsylvania, New York, and up into New England, and along those border cities from Windsor all the way to Ottawa. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. If you hurt, tell us where you're located. And remember, if you're an Amazon shopper, visit the patient weather storefront. Purchases made through our storefront there help support patient weather.